Welcome to Still and Quiet. This is a calm night reading, shared slowly in a steady voice. Tonight's reading describes the mountains of California, their scale, their stillness, and the way light moves across them. Settle into a comfortable position and allow your body to rest. There's no rush. We'll move at an even pace with plenty of space in the words. You can listen as closely as you like, or simply let the sound remain in the background. We'll begin now. The Sierra is about 500 miles long, 70 miles wide, and from 7,000 to nearly 15,000 feet high. In general views, no mark of man is visible on it, nor anything to suggest the richness of the life it cherishes, or the depth and grandeur of its sculpture. None of its magnificent forest-crowned ridges rises much above the general level to publish its wealth. No great valley or lake is seen, or river, or group of well-marked features of any kind, standing out in distinct pictures. Even the summit peaks, so clear and high in the sky, seem comparatively smooth and featureless. Nevertheless, glaciers are still at work in the shadows of the peaks, and thousands of lakes and meadows shine and bloom beneath them, and the whole range is furrowed with canyons to a depth of from 2,000 to 5,000 feet, in which once flowed majestic glaciers, and in which now flow and sing a band of beautiful rivers. Though of such stupendous depth, these famous canyons are not raw, gloomy, jagged-walled gorges, savage and inaccessible. With rough passages here and there, they still make delightful pathways for the mountaineer, conducting from the fertile lowlands to the highest icy fountains, as a kind of mountain streets full of charming life and light, graded and sculptured by the ancient glaciers, and presenting throughout all their courses a rich variety of novel and attractive scenery, the most attractive that has yet been discovered in the mountain ranges of the world. In many places, The main canyons widen into spacious valleys or parks, diversified like artificial landscape gardens, with charming groves and meadows, and thickets and blooming bushes, while the lofty, retiring walls infinitely varied in form and sculpture are fringed with ferns, flowering plants of many species, oaks and evergreens, every rock seems to glow with life. Some lean back in majestic repose. Others absolutely sheer. Their feet set in pine groves and emerald meadows. Their brows in the sky. Bathed in light. Bathed in floods of singing water. Here, too, in the middle region of deepest canyons, are the grandest forest trees. The sequoia, king of conifers, the noble sugar and yellow pines, Douglas spruce, libocedrus, and the silver firs, each a giant of its kind. Assembled together in one and the same forest, surpassing all other coniferous forests in the world, both in the number of species and in the size and beauty of its trees. The winds flow in melody through their colossal spires, and they are vocal everywhere with the songs of birds and running water. Miles of fragrant ceanothus and manzanita bushes bloom beneath them, and lily gardens and meadows, and damp, ferny glens in endless variety of fragrance and color, compelling the admiration of every observer. sweeping on over ridge and valley. These noble trees extend a continuous belt from end to end of the range. Only slightly interrupted by sheer walled canyons. At intervals of about 15 and 20 miles. Here the great burly brown bears delight to roam, harmonizing with the brown boles of the trees beneath which they feed. Deer also dwell here and find food and shelter in the ceanothus tangles. With a multitude of smaller people. Above this region of giants, the trees grow smaller, until the utmost limit of the timberline is reached. On the stormy mountain slopes, at a height of from 10 to 12,000 feet above the sea, where the dwarf pine is so lowly and hard beset by storms and heavy snow, it is pressed into flat tangles. Over the tops of which we may easily walk. Below the main forest belt, the trees likewise diminish in size. Frost and burning drought repressing and blasting alike. The rose-purple zone along the base of the range comprehends nearly all the famous gold region of California. And here it was that miners from every country under the sun assembled. In a wild, torrent-like rush to seek their fortunes. On the banks of every river, ravine, and gully. They have left their marks. Every gravel and boulder bed has been desperately riddled over and over again. But in this region, the pick and shovel, once wielded with savage enthusiasm, have been laid away. Only quartz mining is now being carried on to a considerable extent. The zone in general is made up of low, tawny, waving foothills. Roughened here and there with brush and trees. And outcropping masses of slate. Colored gray and red with lichens. The smaller masses of slate rising abruptly from the dry, grassy sod, look like ancient tombstones in a deserted burying ground. The nights are calm and dewless during the summer. And 1,000 voices proclaim the abundance of life. The hylas make a delightfully pure and tranquil music after sunset. And coyotes, the little despised dogs of the wilderness, bark in chorus for hours.